As much as Trump and Republicans hate to accept it, we are still a country with laws. And when you break them, there are consequences.
Listen, I am definitely of the opinion, that we should have some DEI hires in this administration. You know, the ones that definitely earned it, because clearly we've got a bunch of incompetent fools that are trying to run our country, and actually they are running our country. They're running it straight into the ground.
Jasmine Crockett just unleashed a truth bomb that has Donald Trump seeing red. The tension between these political powerhouses has finally boiled over, and what happened next left everyone speechless. When Crockett decided to expose J.D. Vance's past, nobody expected Trump's reaction to be this explosive.
But my concerns as ranking member of this subcommittee, as a member of Congress, and as an attorney, as well as a citizen, are based on things called facts. And when I say facts, I mean clear, indisputable facts, not those alternative facts my Republican colleagues continue pushing onto the.
The political drama unfolding right now makes reality TV look tame by comparison. Crockett didn't just speak out, she completely dismantled the facade that Vance has carefully constructed.
And I'm tired of it, because I didn't come to this chamber to play games. I came to this chamber to answer to the people, the American people, and to make sure that we keep the American people safe. And if we don't get something done, as they talk about the border, I do want to be clear, the only reason we haven't gotten funding for the border is because they killed, the House Republicans here, killed the bill that they actually sent us from the Senate side. If they want to do some work, let me tell you something. The Democrats are ready, and it seems like the Senate Republicans are ready too. They just need to get to.
And Trump? Let's just say his response shows exactly how worried he truly is about what's being revealed. It all started when Crockett took the floor and addressed what she calls the most unproductive Congress in recent history. She didn't mince words when explaining who she believes is responsible. According to Crockett, the leadership doesn't understand how to govern, and doesn't even have the will to govern. But that was just her warm-up. What came next had social media exploding with reactions.
But also, when it comes down to like Trump being able to pick talent, let's just do a quick evaluation. I mean, when we look at Rudy Giuliani, I know that Rudy Giuliani has lost everything from his law license to his money to his dignity. Heck, he was even losing his hair dye, okay? Like, he has lost everything along with any other lawyer that's ever associated with him. And so now we get to J.D. Vance when he picks a VP running mate. And he also picked another loser, right? Like, because now the single cat ladies are coming for their ticket. Like, I mean, this guy is a loser. And I just need America to step up one more time and remind him, just like they reminded him 4 years ago, that he's a loser and he is only good for entertainment. But when it comes to running this country, we need someone who...
Crockett then shifted her focus directly to J.D. Vance, bringing up something few people remember: his complete 180-degree turn on Trump.
Each of you knows enough to know that at the end of the day, it is citizens that sit on a grand jury that are the ones that decide whether or not evidence exists to go forward with an indictment. And ultimately, when this president was convicted by a jury on the state level, it was a jury of his.
Before joining forces with the former president, Vance was one of his harshest critics, once calling Trump a really bad candidate and even a really bad person.
My biggest problem with Trump, I mean, and there are many, many things to pick out, but my biggest problem with Trump is that his message to the right, especially the white working class of which I came from, is anti-conservative.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. And I've noticed this willingness from people who think a lot like I do that, look, we told you so. To all these white working class voters, we told you so. We told you.
Crockett highlighted this stunning reversal, questioning how someone could go from such severe criticism to becoming Trump's running mate.
One thing that is crumbling for the city of D.C. was that continuing resolution that defunded approximately $1 billion from them, but I will focus on today's hearing. The Republicans' recklessness and chaotic approach to reducing the size of government has shown us what we've already known.
concepts of a plan don't work. It's not just going to be Democrats who miss out on Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, or only Democratic veterans who miss out on their VA benefits. Their approach will negatively impact all Americans. So it's unfortunate that Republicans have taken a seemingly bipartisan issue and included it as part of their scam to subsidize tax giveaway for billionaires. They haven't proposed anything that will improve the efficiency of the government. Instead, they have put the country on a path to a recession and implemented the largest tax increase on Americans in decades through Trump's tariffs. This hearing is their latest attempt to try to convince the American people that dismantling public-facing agencies will somehow improve government efficiency.
The hypocrisy she exposed left many wondering about Vance's true motivations and beliefs. But the real bombshell dropped when Crockett started discussing what she called the shadow presidency, suggesting that powerful interests are pulling strings behind the scenes. She specifically mentioned how certain billionaires are allegedly influencing policy decisions, claiming they're buying a president because they're constitutionally barred from holding the office themselves. This accusation struck a nerve with Trump, who reportedly went ballistic after hearing these comments. Crockett's critique didn't stop with personalities. She dove into policy failures, pointing out how promises made to the working class have gone unfulfilled. She highlighted how tax policies have primarily benefited the wealthy while average Americans continue to struggle.
I'm not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am? Is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education. This is why they are trying to literally say we won't fund the HBCUs, because they know that if they've already gone after affirmative action and they're saying, you know what, don't allow them to come into, say, these PWIs, as we call them, don't allow them to come into these institutions. We know why they created the HBCUs in the first place. It was because they wouldn't allow us into the white.
The Republicans' reckless and chaotic approach to reducing the size of government is what she blamed for the current economic challenges facing everyday citizens. What really set Trump off, though, was Crockett's direct challenge to the "Make America Great Again" slogan. She questioned what the phrase actually means in practice, suggesting it's more about nostalgia for a past that benefited only certain Americans rather than creating progress for everyone. Trump, who built his entire political brand around this slogan, reportedly couldn't handle having it dissected so thoroughly. The fallout was immediate. Trump's social media accounts lit up with all-caps posts and angry denials. His inner circle went into damage control mode, trying to counter Crockett's claims while Trump himself called emergency meetings with his advisors. Sources close to the situation describe him as completely unhinged after watching Crockett's comments gain traction online.
We have people in this chamber that are actually causing just as much a threat, if not more of a threat, to our own country. We should be talking about holding our very own accountable for the misinformation and disinformation that they are spreading, whether it's coming out of China, whether it's coming out of Russia, or whoever is peddling it. It is a problem because right now what we see is that people are dying and we cannot get the support that we need from the public because they continue to peddle lies.
Meanwhile, J.D. Vance has been notably silent, refusing to address the contradiction between his past statements and current position. This silence has only fueled speculation about the validity of Crockett's claims. Political analysts are now questioning whether this could create lasting damage to the Trump-Vance relationship just when they need unity most. What makes Crockett's approach so effective is her reliance on clear, indisputable facts, rather than speculation. As she stated herself, she's concerned with actual evidence, not those alternative facts my Republican colleagues continue pushing onto the American people. Her background as an attorney gives her criticisms additional weight as she approaches political debates with the precision of legal arguments. The conflict shows no signs of cooling down, with Crockett doubling down on her statements and Trump continuing to respond with increasing anger. This political firestorm is revealing deep fractures within the political landscape, with voters watching closely to see how it all unfolds. So what happens next? Will Trump manage to recover from this public relations nightmare, or has Crockett exposed vulnerabilities that can't be easily dismissed? And what about J.D. Vance? Will he finally address his dramatic change of heart regarding the man he once condemned so harshly? One thing's certain, American politics just got even more unpredictable, and nobody knows what shocking revelations might come next.